You guys are so funny. Good morning. Welcome. Did you think I was sleeping? That's hogwash. I almost was. Straight up. How you doing, gents? Bing. There you go. Now my Bluetooth is working. Can you guys hear me okay? Good morning, Dexter. Good morning, Andy. Can you guys hear me just fine this morning? Type yes in the comments if you guys can hear me. We good? Yeah. What's up? All right, cool. What's up, Andy? Andy, we got Dexter. Dexter, are you in town or are you driving around? It's funny. You know, I was not still sleeping, man. You in town? Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I was almost. Still sleeping. I was almost still sleeping because this daylight savings time, does it mess with you guys at all? But like, it messes with me a little bit. I almost missed my golf tee time yesterday because I didn't realize, and then just this morning it's like totally dark out. Waking up at this time, so it's a trip. Does it mess with your heads at all? This daylight savings time? It's goofy. Dexter is in Vegas. Oh, you're in Vegas at a tax appointment? Dude, you should link up with my buddy, Dexter. My buddy Travis is born and raised in Vegas, and he usually lives down here in San Diego, but he just went back to Vegas for about a month. He oftentimes vacations, or not vacations, but he kind of lives places for like 3 months at a time or whatever. So I think this time he'll go to Vegas and then he'll go back to Destin, Florida, and then he'll come back out here. But my buddy Travis is pretty well connected in Las Vegas, and he's in Las Vegas right now. Go say hi. Go get some lunch with my buddy Travis. Yeah, Andy, you were saying were you saying that I have 330 subscribers now? Is that what you were saying? Is that what you were referring to? 330 subscribers on my channel now, Andy? Is that what you were saying? On this channel? Yeah, that's kind of cool. What's up, Streeper? Yeah. So, you know, the thing about that is, must be a single guy. Lunch at the club. Yes. He was, he actually wasn't single. He just got out of a relationship, but, yeah, so 330 subscribers on this channel thus far. It was so crazy. So Andy, you know the YouTube channel that Desi has. I helped Desi build that one up to like 9,000 people, subscribers. And then when we decided to split, not split, but we decided to take different angles of the business, I let him keep that channel, which we built to like 9,000 subscribers. And then I just started this one brand new. So yeah, this channel's super new, but I guess so. Getting subscribers, you know what I mean, on YouTube is not something that I like strive for. I just like to come on here and give some value to people, you know, or try to motivate people and that. So if I can do that, that's great. And if I get a whole bunch of subscribers because of it, who cares? You know, I'm not into that, but like, you know, I'd rather have 30 good people. I'd rather have 30 good people that really get something out of life from, you know, hanging out with me or from being on my lives or whatever. I'd like people to get something out of it versus just have, you know, a bunch of fans or whatever. Pivoting to new chapters. Yeah. Oh, is that Justin? Is that Streeper? Who's Justin? I don't know. But you know what I thought we would chat about today, guys, is I wanted to talk back and forth with you guys, really more so about cryptocurrency and the banking system and all that is going on, because I've been studying it quite a bit, but I'm curious to see what all you guys think, you know, and what your thoughts are. Is really kind of where I wanted to go with this today. I wanted to see if you guys invest in cryptocurrency, or if you guys have any theories or thought processes. Oh, Justin Streeper, got you. Got you. That's a cool last name. But yeah, I just wanted to banter back and forth about cryptocurrency and the market, the United States economy and stuff like that, and just jab it up a little bit. I want to see what you guys think and if you guys invest in crypto and all that, because that was kind of what was on my mind for some odd reason today. I woke up and I was just thinking, I wonder what other people think. I wonder what other people think about cryptocurrency investing and what's going on with the United States economy and kind of everything that's going on with economics. I wanted to see what you guys think about it all, and just throw around some conversation about it, because it's quite interesting what's happening with the banking system, and it's quite interesting that, to me, anyways, that's why I wanted to talk with you guys about it, because with me, it seems really interesting that that hardly anybody is invested in cryptocurrency. Like hardly anybody. And it's wild. Oh yeah, right, Dexter. He's seen a lot of ads for crypto portable machines like credit cards. I guess they want to give businesses options. Well, that's one thing that's really going on right now, in talking about like the competition like that, or options, Dexter. One of the things that's going on is that banks are fighting back really, really hard right now, against us being able to earn these good yields or high yields off of allowing people to custody our cryptocurrency and things like that. Banks are notorious, or have been notorious, for giving us 0.5% on our money when we put it in a savings account or whatever there at the bank, right? They pay us like 0.5% on our money, but then they loan it out at 8 and 10% and stuff like that. So we know the banking system has been kind of crooked and weird for a long time, but now, for instance, let me give you an example. This is what the banks are fighting hard against right now. Is even right now, excuse me, even right now, people can take money and store it in like a checking account or savings account at the bank. And like I said, we take our money and store it in a checking account or savings account at the bank, and they're paying us nothing, basically. They pay us nothing. And then, of course, they're lending the shit out of that money and making a bunch of yield on our money. That's how banks do it, right? And it's kind of like one-sided, and it's been jacked up. And then you go to put your money in like a higher yielding, trying to make money off your own money at the bank is ridiculous, right? Higher yielding, and they go like, well, here's a CD account, or here's an annuity, or here's this, or here's that. So guys, that it's been kind of crooked, right? But check this out. Instead of putting your money in a savings account or a checking account, you can actually take and put it into a stable coin. So you guys know that they passed the Genius Act, and the Genius Act said that stable coins that operate in America, stable coins being a coin that always is worth $1. It has a stable value. But for the Genius Act, the stable coins, in order to have stable value, have to invest in U.S. bonds. So the bond market was already dead, and the United States dollar was dead. And so you can take your money, instead of putting it in a checking or savings account, you could take your money, you could store it in a stable coin. And there's some stable coins that are giving 3, 4, 5% yields. And so this is comparable to like, say, a CD or an account like that. But soon enough, there's going to be higher yields. And so we'll be able to earn, really good money on our cryptocurrency versus having the money in the bank. So that's one of the things that the bankers are fighting against hard right now, because if at a certain point we can make more money on our own money and people are figuring out how to be sovereign with their money, then why would we store my money at the bank? Why would you store your money at the bank? You'd obviously probably not. You'd probably store it somewhere where you would get more reward by having it there. So anyways, that's one of those things that I've been looking at lately. It's a trip. But yeah, there's people that are earning quite good yields on their cryptocurrencies just by holding the cryptocurrencies versus holding, cash in the bank account. So that's a weird one. Are you guys invested? Yeah, Andy, I know. That's why I wanted to talk back and forth with you guys about it. I want to talk back and forth with you guys about it. Because look, I'll tell you this, right? This is what kind of sparked this subject for me today. I will tell you this. You can go and look at all the signs and you can go and do some research and you can go and see what's happening, okay? But I will tell you this. This is why I got to studying it, is that why I got to studying is that the fiat currency is dead, right? So we know that we're in debt like crazy. I mean, America, right? So America is overly in debt, and same with China and so on. So the fiat currency is dead. The fiat currency, and all fiat currency systems die out if you look at history. But ours is pretty much dead. So the faith in the United States dollar remaining the dominant currency, world currency for oil trade and all that stuff. This was all set up, guys, for the last system, which these systems last it's like every 100 years or whatever. It's kind of cyclical. Yeah, of course, we're in the trillions now, Dexter. We're in the trillions now. And China's worse. And it's just really bad. So that's why I was like, this was just on my heart. I wanted to talk to people about it because it's like, look, there is zero doubt. I mean, regardless of us being smart or studying or who's better than who or who owns what, let's just talk basics, okay? Basically, the banking system has to undergo an extreme change, period. Okay? The banking system itself is dead. So they're going to go, guys, they're going to go from fiat to digital, period. So I'm just saying that, right? I mean, they're going from fiat to digital, period. Everything's going to go digital. So in that, we all maybe could have said back in the day, there's no doubt they're going to have the internet, guys. There's no doubt they're going to have the internet. It's coming. And of course, that was true. And if people would have kind of got ahead of that, or if people would have been privy to, getting into some of these wonderful internet-related technologies and things like that, obviously could have created a lot of wealth. There was a huge wealth transfer. There was a lot of wealth built, of course, in the dot-com era and that. And now here comes the AI era and the cryptocurrency era, right? So we have this AI and this crypto. Let's see. That's funny. China population is in bad shape as well. Yep, absolutely, absolutely. Trillions of dollars in debt. So, guys, this was a system that was designed. You guys realize that the system was designed. You know what I'm saying? It was designed. And the American dream, and Social Security, a pension, and these kind of things were designed for people after the war back then to give stability and to give a sense of I guess financial stability really to folks, allowed people to buy a bunch of stuff they couldn't really afford and extended out debt. We became a debt-driven society. So now our whole society based on fiat currency, which is just paper money not backed by anything now, right? So we took it off the gold standard a long time ago. It's funny. But here we go with digital money, digital currency, I guess you say. Don't call it money, but currency. And why are you guys answer me this? Why do you think people may be so afraid or kind of are fearful of cryptocurrency? Is it because they just don't know about it? They haven't studied it. They think it's garbage. They think it's fake. What's most of the population thinking? What do you guys think? Are you guys invested in any cryptocurrency? I'm just curious to know. Yeah, because they can't touch and feel it. Definitely because they don't know much about it. And Bitcoin just had a huge drawdown, no doubt, no doubt. Andy's not invested in crypto when they don't know it or understand it, right? They run from it. Exactly, that they don't know it. So it's pretty wild, right? That it's not that hard to study stuff. How come people are not just a little bit more proactive anymore these days? It's wild, right? Hang on, guys. I got to move something. And I got to start working out too. I just didn't feel like doing this morning, man. This time change is jacking me up. Anybody else? People know I don't miss a damn tea time. I almost missed my tea time for my golf match yesterday morning. Because this damn tea time, I said, what the hell? It's dark out. And it wasn't supposed to be dark out. Yeah. So, yeah, you guys are saying because people just don't know about it, right? People just don't know about it. But how come they don't study it? Any ideas? Do you guys have any ideas why? I mean, let me ask you this: Are you guys invested in it, or are you some of the people that don't know about it? Are you saying? Hello, good morning. How are you? I'm not either. Did you get educated on more? Yeah, Streeper. So Streeper's not invested into any cryptocurrencies. Is that what you're saying? Not invested into anything? Yeah, good morning. Welcome. We were just talking about like I just wanted to banter back and forth with an audience of people because I want to see, out of what I guess there's like 14 people on here right now. Good morning, Nick. I just wanted to see what's up with other people's knowledge base and what you guys think about cryptocurrency is kind of where I was getting at. So I guess I do want a lot of participation from you guys, unfortunately, this morning because I want to know from you guys. I want to know like from my people, from my people who knows about crypto, who's invested in it. It's a scam. Okay, we got somebody in here says cryptocurrency is a scam. Okay, all right. Well, that's a take. That's a take on it, right? That's a take on it. So why would you say that, Nick? Yeah, not invested. Dogecoin. Okay, I see. Yeah, Dogecoin. Dogecoin is a meme coin, so we can talk about that too a little bit, Streeper. People might not even know the difference between an actual coin that may have some utility versus a meme coin. That's education of its own, like I guess for people that don't understand the language and things like that. Uh, it's funny because there is no protection associated to its value. Okay, so Nick, are we talking about Bitcoin here? I kind of feel that. I hear a sense of Bitcoin in this conversation because Bitcoin saying that Bitcoin has no value, right? Because there's no protection associated to its value. Yeah, elaborate on that a little bit. I got your live on my smart fridge right now. That's legit. I didn't even know. That's freaking awesome, dude. Oh yeah, those smart fridges, they have those screens on them now, right? I didn't know you could watch a live on YouTube on your refrigerator, though. That's epic. Yeah, see, I didn't even know that. What didn't you know? It could crash tomorrow and it'd be worth nothing. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. But what's interesting about that, Nick, what's interesting about that, Nick, is that we've all been okay using the fiat currency, right? For the past, what, 50 years since the 70s is when it was removed from the gold standard. They literally, guys, I don't know if you understand when they the paper money, if you take a paper bill out of your wallet or whatever, yeah, Dogecoin is a meme coin, right, guys? That it literally came from a meme. The logo of the dog on the Dogecoin logo was it's a Shiba Inu that came from a meme that was flying around the internet. But anyways, it's the difference between a coin that is just built by popularity that has no value. Like if I came up with something and everybody said, "Ooh, that's a neat something," but it was really worth nothing. But anyways, I don't want to go down there. What's up, NJ? Good morning. Or good afternoon, good morning from where you guys are at. Yeah. So it's crazy, guys. We've been all okay using the fiat currency. Everybody's okay using the Benjamins. Everybody's okay using them C notes. Okay. Listen, if you take money out of your wallet or your purse and you look at the dollar, the $20 bill, the $100 bill, whatever it is, it says Federal Reserve note right on it. And if you guys look up definitions, guys, a note is a promise to pay. A note means promissory note, a written promise to pay, like an IOU. Okay? That's what a note is, or promissory note. It's a written IOU. Think about that. So we've been playing around with paper IOUs is what we're paying each other with. It's not, and it used to be I owe you a certain amount of gold. Okay? Yeah, what's up? Oh, you're an hour ahead of me. Okay, cool. But we used to say, that your dollars were backed by a certain amount of gold, right? So that promissory note, the Federal Reserve note that's in your wallet or your purse, was a piece of paper that was a contract, a piece of paper that was a Federal Reserve note or a promissory note, and you were supposed to be able to exchange that piece of paper for its worth in gold. Actual gold that could be melted down and made into something. It's actual gold that could be used for something, right? Not this paper money we've got. So in thinking about that, then when you go back and they removed the United States dollar off of the gold standard, then what you've got us all now playing with just pure monopoly money, literally as if you grabbed the monopoly money out of your closet, opened up the box, got the Monopoly game down, and you pulled it out. And in the Monopoly game, you have different colors of pieces of paper, and they have different denominations on there, right? That's what, and because the only reason I'm saying this, because we were just talking about, like Bitcoin. Bitcoin has no real associated value, right? Bitcoin has really no associated value, hard value, right? Like Andy was saying, you can't feel and touch it. And then somebody was saying, well, it could just go down to zero all of a sudden. True. Everything and anything could go down to zero all of a sudden. We saw the real estate market almost do that in 2008, right? But so everything's risky and speculative. But let's talk about that a little bit, guys. What is the value? Okay, what is the value? Imagine this. Imagine you do have your actual gold, okay? So back when we had the actual gold, okay? You go in, you exchange your paper money. Paper money was very light. Paper money was very thin and light, and you can put it in a billfold, and you can take quite a bit. And by the way, guys, one piece of paper that's this big could all of a sudden be worth 100 times more than a piece of paper that big, just by writing a denomination in the corner of it, right? So paper money became a good means of transporting money because, you weren't going to carry pounds and pounds and pounds of gold with you. Okay. You weren't going to show up at the airport with a suitcase full of 100 pounds of gold with you, but you could take the paper money. What's up, J-Man? Yes. And since fiat money since it's fiat money, it can be printed whenever, right? So there you go. And then, yeah, good point, J-Man. I know where you're going with that, J-Man, but it's like J-Man says, if they can just print money and it's fake monopoly money and they can just print as much of it as possible, why do we still have a hunger problem? Why do we still have poverty? Why do we still have, well, I'll tell you, because it's not about elites. It's not about the wealthy helping everybody do better. It's about keeping the population under control, right? Control and make money. Oh, why no answer for you, J-Man? I'm sorry. What'd you put in there? Oh, it's not J-Man, it's J-Way. But J-Way, because I don't answer those questions, bro. So, yeah, so crazy, right? Crazy. So we've got fiat currency that we've been using now for 50 years since they took it off the gold standard in the 70s. And it means that your Federal Reserve note that's supposed to be an IOU, supposed to be tradable, piece of paper, supposed to be tradable for whatever denomination is written on the bill, is supposed to be tradable to get actual gold, something of actual intrinsic value to this world. And nope, they took it off the gold standard in the 70s. And so then, as was said in here, is they've had the ability now to just print the money. Print the money. Here's the problem with that. And this is why these systems die. Because, of course, now you have an unlimited supply, as we said in here, as was said in the chat. We have an unlimited supply. You can print as much of it as you want. So by supply and demand, it makes it worth less every time they print some more, right? Every time more goes into circulation, it makes the rest of the dollars in the circulation worth less. It causes inflation, okay? And so right now we're at a pretty big breaking point. That's why I was just talking to you guys about crypto today. I wanted to talk to you about crypto. No, I'm not Canadian. I'm San Diegan. Yeah, and it's about population control, of course, Dexter, because we are energy and we do produce things. It's not like the elites really want to get rid of us completely, you guys. It's not like the elites want to get rid of us completely. They need people to do things to run the world. We need builders and we need people to do things. So the elites aren't going to just try to destroy the world and get rid of all the population. That doesn't make sense for them. They don't have any worker bees. But point being made, guys, is we have been okay operating on, well, let's put it this way even. We've been okay working. We've been okay working our asses off. We've been okay working our asses off to get paid in somebody else's debt and to get paid with paper, to get paid with monopoly money. Think about that. That's crazy. Because I was talking in terms of, it was said that, crypto could just go to zero. And I thought, well, it sounded like we were talking about Bitcoin here. Not all crypto, but it started talking about, it sounded like a Bitcoin conversation, but it's like, yeah, because Bitcoin doesn't really have any value and you can't feel it and you can't touch it and so forth. I'm saying, well, you could feel and touch your dollar bills, but your dollar bills are worth nothing already, right? I don't know. I guess some of your guys' stuff's getting blocked from the admin, so I can't see what you're saying. Yeah, silver, copper, and gold for sure, guys. You want to go back to stacking that? That's a great thing. But let's talk about just the theory, though. Let's talk theory, because it was mentioned just now that Bitcoin could just go to zero. This is true. But our paper dollar we've been messing with for a while now is going to zero. It's already worth nothing. So, what about Bitcoin, though? Bitcoin, they're calling it digital gold. Calling it digital gold. So, it's saying how we treat regular gold. Somebody was saying stacking gold and silver on here. Oh, Streeper, there's tons, man. What else is there besides Bitcoin to get into crypto? Oh, a ton. A ton. My largest holding right now is XRP. That's my largest holding as far as my crypto portfolio is concerned. My largest holding is XRP right now. But I wouldn't tell everybody to go invest into anything I'm investing in. It's just what I have conviction about because I've studied it. So I invest in XRP. I kind of miss the Bitcoin thing. I don't know. I think Bitcoin's a pretty good buy right now, but let's talk about it. Why? Okay. So we know that it's very volatile, but if Bitcoin was going to go to zero, and I just want you, let's just think a little bit logically here, or try to, because I'd love to have the conversation back and forth with you guys. What? Well, let's talk about this for a second. Who invented Bitcoin? Anybody know? Yep, copper. Yep. Well, copper's an awesome metal, man. But yeah, copper's a good investment. Metals, those are precious metals. So precious metals they're talking about as an investment category. Yeah, I said, who invented Bitcoin? Atun said, CIA. J-Man, Satoshi. Okay. And I know what Atun is saying. He's saying, that the CIA is this Satoshi Nakamoto character, right? So let's use some logic for a minute, okay? And let's talk about it back and forth and use some logic here for a minute. It's interesting, okay? So a Satoshi Nakamoto character is on the white papers for who invented Bitcoin, basically. And I know in here it says CIA, okay? Well, here's the thing. No one knows in the public, or no one knows who Satoshi Nakamoto is. No one knows. Okay? So I want you to think about this. No one knows who Satoshi Nakamoto, who supposedly invented Bitcoin. So if nobody knows who this is, this anonymous entity, this anonymous person, yeah, J-Man, you're right on that. But it is a myth, and here's what's interesting, you guys, and I want you guys to answer me this. Look up the top 5 holders right now. Look up the top 5 holders of Bitcoin. Look up the top 5 holders of Bitcoin. Okay? And you tell me who those are. The top 5 biggest wallets that own the most amount of Bitcoin in the whole world at this point. And who owns it? Who owns top 5 holders of Bitcoin? And let me know what you come up with. First of all, the person that owns, or the entity, or the mysterious person that owns the most Bitcoin is Satoshi Nakamoto, that no one knows who this is. Yeah, there you go, J-Man. There you go. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Is this a Christian channel? I am Christian. I mean, we don't talk a lot about religion on here, but I am a Christian. Oh, yes, number 2, BlackRock. Let me guess, is number 3 MicroStrategies? And let's see. Number 3 is MicroStrategies. Number 4 is, what's the 4th? Another stock traded company is number 4. Yeah, Binance. That's what I'm talking about. So we got Satoshi Nakamoto, BlackRock, Binance, MicroStrategies, right? Or Strategy B. It's called Strategy B now, right? It's 4. And then who's 5? 5 is the Trump people, right? What's up, James? Or not, maybe not the Trump family itself, but Trump media, I think, or something, right? Who's 5? But I'm just trying to make a little point here to you guys, right? I'm trying to just so we can all use logic here a little bit. Yes, MicroStrategy. See, I told you. It's called Strategy B now. MicroStrategy was a software company. It switched to a Bitcoin reserve, right? Grayscale. There you go. So there you go. So let's use some logic though for a second, okay? No one knows who Satoshi Nakamoto is. Supposedly. Okay? Someone said, well, on here it was the CIA. Okay. I've heard that as a theory. But no one knows who this is. But yet, all the United States companies, guys, these are BlackRock, MicroStrategies, which is now called Strategy B, Grayscale, so what do you think, guys? Do you think that these companies would be so heavily invested in Bitcoin if it was a fraud, if it was a fake, if it was never going to go anywhere, if it was never going to be a part of the future, if they really didn't know? Think about this one. If they really did not know who created it, would they be investing so heavily into it? It's crazy, right? Tracy started her own cryptocurrency. That's a trip. Was it a meme coin or something? Oh, that's an interesting question from J-Man. I like that question. He said, do I think investing in AI in a company like NVIDIA is more lucrative in the long run than Bitcoin? Well, that right there is speculation, and I'm not somebody who reads the charts and predicts the future, so I don't know about what would be more lucrative. But of course, there's a difference there in investing strategy, J-Man, whereas one is you're investing in a company, and another is you're investing in a cryptocurrency. So those are two different things. People use it to pay for daycare. When the price increases, daycare becomes more affordable. Hey, that's pretty cool. Tracy from daycare invented her own cryptocurrency, and she said people use it to pay for daycare. That's pretty slick, dude. Hi, hello. live to survive. How you doing? But yeah, talking about like the United States economy, we were talking about the fiat currency being monopoly money, that it's not worth a damn thing, but we've been okay using something that's already a complete Ponzi scheme. And that's what we've been okay working our asses off for. So we've been okay with that. So I'm trying to get people's mind to say, well, what about this cryptocurrency stuff? Well, if everything's going digital, then we understand that cryptocurrency is here to stay. We got onto the Bitcoin conversation, which is like the new store of wealth or gold, talking about how you can't take a whole bunch of gold with you because it weighs pounds and you're not going to bring backpacks and suitcases full of gold with you and all that. That's impossible. The paper money's worth nothing. They're going to digital. And so then you go here to Bitcoin and you say, well, how much Bitcoin could you travel with? Huh? How much Bitcoin could you travel with? Yes, Tracy, fiat is dead. Absolutely. How much Bitcoin can you travel somewhere with? Well, you don't even need to bring it with you, right? How easy is it to send Bitcoin to somebody else from wallet to wallet, from me to you? I want to send you some of my Bitcoin. Boop. It's a button, right? So it's digital, guys. So this does have value. So I don't want us to lose track of, it's just this thing, it's worth nothing. No, it has value. It's a store of wealth that people can take with them. People can transfer wallet to wallet, sovereign without having to go through banks. And it works. It'll work in all countries, right? You can spend Bitcoin. You can use Bitcoin everywhere. So it's going to have this value, right, guys? And I'm not saying I'm a Bitcoin maxi, and I'm not telling you guys to go invest into Bitcoin. I'm just saying it's worth nothing except for the several things I've just mentioned. Okay? Except for the several things I've just mentioned. Yep, appreciate you. Absolutely. Good morning, Phoenix. Good day. Thank you for coming to my wonderful show, giving me some love. Appreciate you. Go overseas. Dollar bills can save your life. True. Yep. Okay, Bitcoin won't. There you go. It all depends. I know what you mean, though. It all depends. But I like the debate. This is why I wanted to see what you guys think of all this. It's a good debate to have, right? It's a good debate to have. There's no doubt nobody on here can deny we're going to go digital. The whole banking system is going digital. At least we can all agree on that, right? There's no intrinsic value in Bitcoin. None. Right. Except for that, you can take it everywhere. You can transfer it from wallet to wallet sovereignly without banks. It can be interchangeable throughout different countries. It can be used in different countries. There's that kind of intrinsic value to it, and I understand. What there is no intrinsic value to is our paper money. In truth, right? In truth, what has no value is our paper money. Yeah, the paper money. It's not backed by anything. It's literally printed paper, like the monopoly money you can go grab from the closet. So we've all been okay with that. We're okay with the Ponzi scheme. We've been okay with the banking Ponzi scheme and working through that. We've been okay getting paid in other people's debt because we're a complete debt-driven society. There's no money in the system. It's all debt. And we've been okay working for monopoly paper. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not dogging us. I'm just saying that's what we've been dealing with. Let's see. You still need authorization from something. If the government shuts down your internet, you're done. LOL. Yeah, true. But if they shut down the internet, then they also shut down the planet for themselves too. It doesn't help them progress. The elites, I mean. So they'll run up Bitcoin like they print money off nothing. There was supposed to be only many algorithms. Well, there's only 21 million Bitcoin that can be created, right? Oh, beautiful. Ah, yes, I love it. And with a name like that, so Rampage Gaming comes in, says, I've been coding since 2004 and knows a boatload about crypto. I love it. What's up, Christian? Try to pay your taxes with Bitcoin. Can I change my Bitcoin into any type of currency wherever I'm at? It's a question. If I have Bitcoin, can I change it into United States dollar? Can I change it into fiat currency if I need to? Yes, I can. Can I change it into money all over the country? Yes, I can. Let's see. Oh, so you do need government issued currency in the end. There's going to be always going to be a type of currency, guys. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. Yes, you're right, Phoenix. There's always going to be some sort of currency that is used in that country for spending and trade, right? Just like if you had gold, if you had solid gold and you wanted to change some of your gold into some sort of currency, right? So go, yeah, same argument, right? Go try paying your taxes or go try paying your bills with solid gold. People don't pay their bills with gold either, right? Why is my Bitcoin investment in the toilet? Because we are very new, guys. That's why I'm having this conversation today. We are very early, guys, in this cryptocurrency game. We are very early. We are very early. And early means very volatile. And volatility can be a blessing or a curse. We know that. Yeah, it depends on when it becomes more welcomed, right? Like a credit card or a debit card, so on. Yes, of course that's happening. Of course that's happening. So Rampage knows a lot about it, right? So anyways, it's just a discussion. I'm not even trying to teach today. I'm learning from you guys too. I love the banter back and forth. It's just a little bit of a debate, I guess, if you want to call it that, but learning back and forth, guys. I just know that there's a fact. The banking system is going digital right underneath your feet right now. They're making moves. Gold was once a form of payment, and currencies were tied to gold at one point. Yep, we were just talking about that, brother. We were just talking about that, Michael. Except payment of taxes. Yeah. They might abolish taxes, guys, soon enough. Taxes are basically theft, especially with the taxes the way they are now. Could I show my abs? No, you don't want to see my abs. I'm not a fitness influencer. I wish I had awesome abs. I just don't. Jews make the rules. I guess there could be some truth to that. Bitcoin is a speculative gamble, bro. Don't try to legitimize it. I'm not trying to legitimize anything, Phoenix. I'm just having a conversation back and forth. Nope, not a libertarian. But no, I'm not trying to legitimize anything, guys. That's what Phoenix is saying. Everything's speculative. Yep, everything's speculative. Everything's a gamble. We were talking about companies like MicroStrategies today. MicroStrategies turned into Strategy B. That was a big gamble. Let's see. Shotgun a beer. I don't drink anymore. Yeah, I know. Go ahead, Phoenix. Help me make a good point, man. That's why I'm bantering back and forth with my audience today. I'm not trying to educate today. If I was going to make a real good point, I'd be talking to you about something I'm a real expert in. But I wanted to have a banter back and forth with people today about the cryptocurrency. I just don't get into the NFTs. Well, there you go, guys. You see that there's bubbles and there's fads and there's all sorts of different things that happen in growing industries. And the NFT thing was a whole big deal, wasn't it? Boy, was that interesting. The NFT bubble. People were paying millions of dollars for the NFTs, and now they're worth zilcho. Yeah, I mean, look that up. Look up. What's Jake Paul's brother's name, man? Those Paul brothers. What's Jake Paul's brother's name? Whatever, Paul. Logan Paul. Yeah, Logan Paul. Look up Logan Paul. Yeah, NFTs were such a scam, dude. But look up Logan Paul. Logan Paul, there's one there where I think Logan Paul paid like, I don't even know. I think Logan Paul paid $500,000 for some NFT or whatever. And it's like zero now. But that's another thing, right? And meme coins is a whole nother thing, right? Meme coins is a whole nother thing. I mean, guys, when they can, there's a coin called Fart Coin, and people have made tons of money and lost tons of money. People have made fortunes and lost fortunes on Fart Coin. So I mean, you see, we're at the infancy of this new industry still, even though Bitcoin's been around a long time. But the whole digital banking system, the whole everything going digital, is just happening right underneath our feet. Let's see here. The banking system is going digital. Yes. Which make it harder to evade everything. Yes. More control. Correct. Yes. And they could go as far as giving stimulus checks on time basis. Yes. I believe in all that. And I believe in universal income. Universal income. Because guys, AI and robotics is going to take away so many damn jobs anyways that they're going to have to figure out a way to keep people from revolt. They have to give a universal income. He just sold a 16 million Pokemon card from like 1990. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But I'm talking about when he bought like some NFT for $500,000 or more, and it was let's see. Oh, you're just out here in Utah driving around, Christian? Right on. Americano WLFI, I believe. I don't think it's WFLI. I think it's WLFI, Americano. World Liberty Financial is what you're talking about. Yep, that's true. UBI, Universal Basic Income, will be a thing, and they will force digital currency. Yeah, well, that's an easy way to get everybody on digital currency, guys, really, right? Is just offer everybody 50 grand. Offer everybody 50 grand, but the only way you can get this 50 grand is you have to set up your digital wallet, and we'll pay it to you digitally. It's interesting stuff, but no, I'm not, Phoenix. I like your energy though this morning, man. Questioning my live. I'm just doing this for conversation, brother. I wanted to see what people think about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and all that. I'm heavily invested in cryptocurrency. I have my own thoughts. I'm not trying to educate though today. I'm just trying to banter back and forth. That's what's going on, Phoenix. The digitalization of the banking system is going to bring up a lot of cryptos and Bitcoin. I just think Bitcoin's here to stay. I don't think Bitcoin's going anywhere. I'm just not a big Bitcoin maxi, and I don't have a large portfolio of Bitcoin whatsoever. What do you think about Shiba Inu and crypto? Yeah, I know. I'm not into meme coins either. I think there's about 5 or 6 solid digital currencies that are going to be around in the new banking system for sure for the long run, and that's kind of what I'm betting on. Let's see. Still hiding some bucks in a sock. Yeah, I know. And we talk about that on my channel sometimes, which saving money is the worst thing we can do, oftentimes. Let's see here. Yeah, I have interest in crypto. I do have interest in. I have a lot of good money in crypto. It's one of my investments. I do. HH. I do have crypto. That's why I want to talk about it with people. See what people think about it. Phoenix, you say something, man. That's why I want my audience to get things sparked up today. That's why I'm asking you. Why not silver and gold? I think silver and gold and precious metals are great investments. We were just talking about crypto today. We're going to have silver and gold and precious metals as a different talk. I want to see how many people. What's up, Pancho? Hey, Pancho, do you got any crypto, man? I love it. Yes, Jeep up. Crypto is junk. I love it. Crypto is junk. I like that statement, but we got to be logical, man. We got to be logical. United States, China, BlackRock, MicroStrategies, all these companies would not be heavily investing in crypto and its infrastructure if it was garbage and going away. We just have to use that logic. What are good investments for a younger man? All of them. You know, when you're young, the idea is just to invest and to make that a principle. If you're young and you invest consistently, putting some of your paycheck, every time you get a paycheck, you put some of your money into cryptocurrencies, the S&P 500, all these things where you don't have to speculate, you don't have to be super risky, but you're just young. Time is on your side, right? Compounding is a hell of a drug. So just start investing. As a lot of us would say who are older, one of the mistakes we made was not investing earlier on in our lives. So investing anything over time is huge. Not timing the market like a lot of us try to do. Timing the market can get us destroyed. Somebody said, I bought Bitcoin, but now it's way lower than when I bought it. Yeah, because we bought it the wrong times, right? So timing the market's difficult. But as a young man, spending a lot of time in the market is pretty easy to do. You just have to be consistent. Yes, our dollar becomes worth less. Yep. That's awesome. Bribing my way through border checks. Yep, good stuff, good stuff. The rug can be pulled at any time. True, but also we're also using fake currency right now, and we're okay with that. And we're also okay with the banking system being monopolized. Let's see. Why not an index fund? You can do an index fund. Nothing wrong with an index fund. Bethany said, invest in mortgage notes. It's the best, though. Yep, absolutely. A lot of times people like me may invest into a mortgage note, and then the passive monthly cash flow that the mortgage note spits off, we dollar cost average into our favorite cryptos using money that's being spit off of a different asset. But that's a lesson for a different day. If you believe in the market, continue to buy the dip. This is sometimes smart advice. You guys know buying the dip. Of course, the Warren Buffett style of investing is you sell your, or you take profits and you sell when everything's green and there's euphoria in the space. And when everything's red and there's so-called blood in the streets is when it's a good time to buy. Agree. Why is our currency fake? Because the currency is called fiat. Go study fiat currency and understand that when they took our promissory note fiat currency, paper monopoly money, used to be backed by gold. They took our dollar bills off of the gold standard, Phoenix. And so since they took our dollars off of the gold standard, you used to be able to go exchange your little piece of paper that you have in your wallet. It was a note. It says Federal Reserve note right on it. Okay. So you'd be able to go exchange that piece of paper for something of actual value. They took that away in the 1970s. So our money became actual monopoly money, like from the Monopoly game, just paper, color printed paper with numbers on it. So that's why our money's fake. And all fiat currency systems have died. They have a lifespan. So we've printed as much money as you can possibly imagine. And matter of fact, you want to know a crazy... oh yeah, 60 years old is perfect time on your side. My business partner, Desi, was basically back to broke at age 60 because of the meltdown in 2008 with the real estate market and the mortgage market. And he was a fairly well-off individual and got wiped out because he had a lot of real estate and a mortgage company that relied upon that industry. And at 60 years old, he went back to broke delivering newspapers and pizzas. And now he's 72 and he's back to wealthy again. So time is definitely on your side. Don't worry. Let's see. I get 40 cents on the dollar from my company and I can't touch it for a year. I got you. That's pretty cool. Gold is a limited resource. That's dumb, LOL. Yeah, I know. It is kind of dumb. Gold is limited to how much you can dig up. With physical gold, the thing about physical gold is it requires a lot of energy to get it, right? What gold-backed currencies are still alive? Good question, Phoenix. They're not. That's why the whole world and the financial system is undergoing a great change right now from fiat currency to digital currency because they're all dead. And all of the countries are in massive debt to the point of where it's impossible to dig out of. So there's got to be a transfer, a change, or a reset, right? They call it the Great Reset when they're talking about the Great Reset in 2030. A lot of that has to do with this. But it's a good combo. Let's see. NJ, did COVID have anything to do with what? Yeah, exactly. There you go, Michael. Went away from the gold standard to print more debt. After the gold standard was eliminated, the amount of billionaires skyrocketed. Yes. My arms would be bigger if I did a lot of things, brother. It's funny. Guys, I'm doing okay, guys. I'm doing okay, okay? I'm doing okay. I'm not worried about it. I was a fat, beer drinking, bad habit, dad bod person just 2 years ago. I'm not trying to compete with fitness influencers. I'm not trying to compete with fitness influencers. I'm just trying to be in the best shape I can be for myself at 46 years old. All right, Andy. Gotta go, peeps. See you, brother. Phoenix, make some better points then, brother. I invite you to make some good points, right? I will talk about them if you put them in the comments. That's why I'm going back and forth. Oh, thank you, Pretty Pink. I like that. Thank you. I don't know what you said. Let's see. Oh, don't worry about it, man. It's all good. But how much cryptocurrency do you have? Does anybody own any Bitcoin? Is anybody invested into anything else in the cryptocurrency market besides Bitcoin? Yeah, Tracy's back. Tracy had a cryptocurrency that people used to pay for daycare. It was pretty cool. No, I can't let you on the live, man. Oh, I have a Coinbase account, and then I use a cold wallet that I keep in my gun safe. Oh, that's interesting. Jeeped up. I use crypto to gamble online. That's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, is it because of the regulations of these gambling sites? But if you do use crypto to gamble with, you can still get away with it because it's international. Is that it? But Phoenix, all you gotta do is put your wonderful points, brother, into the chat, and I'll say them. If they're good points, I'll say them. No, I wanted to come on here to have a conversation. I wasn't coming on here to educate people today, because I'm not an utmost expert in cryptocurrency. I only know enough to be dangerous for me, for myself, for me to have convictions of where I put my money. So, I put my money where my mouth is. I put my money where my convictions are, but I don't teach about crypto. It's not my expertise. Yeah, Coinbase is pretty good. Yeah, they're all right. You got Coinbase. I mean, guys, Coinbase and Kraken. Kraken now was given a banking license, right? I don't know if you guys heard that. But yeah, Coinbase, Kraken. Hell, you can buy crypto on your Robinhood account now and all that good stuff. Oh, I see. Restricted to states, but some websites do have regulations, but other you can use crypto without verifying your ID. Interesting. So, yeah, using crypto to do online gambling. Interesting. I don't gamble much. Which combo are you talking about, Phoenix? Which combo are you guys talking about, buddy? Oh, all right. Peace out. Peace out. Somebody said you're annoying. But see, you're making points like USD is fake money. It is. No, I'm not trying to make a point. I'm just stating facts. Fiat currency's dead. I'm just stating facts. The countries are in debt. Stating facts. Everything's moving digital. Stating facts. I'm not trying to teach anybody anything. Let's stir some stuff up. Let's stir some stuff up. Check this out. Let's stir some stuff up. Phoenix, my Phoenix, my largest holding. Not telling everybody else what to invest in. I'm not educating. I'm just telling you guys what I do. But my largest holding is XRP. Have a field day with that one. My number one holding in my crypto portfolio is XRP. What do we think about that? You're working out and I'm getting tired. I'm not really working out too hard yet this morning at all. I really didn't feel like coming down here in the garage this morning. I really was going to stay in bed this morning, but I went, no, I'm going to come and get it done anyways. But how does that equal fake? How does what equal fake? The fact that our paper money is just what it is? Monopoly money? Is that what you mean? It's just utilized as currency. I'm the only one stirring stuff up. It's good, man. I like it, Phoenix. What do you think about XRP, Phoenix? What's your take on that, since we're stirring it up? What do we think about XRP? Curious. Does anybody? How many people on here don't even know what XRP is when I say that? Yeah, XRP is going to be, in my opinion, important to the new digital banking system. Whereas in the next 10 years, our paper money won't be a thing anymore. Waiting for XRP to hit $1. No, I started buying XRP when it was like 49 cents. But we could agree to disagree, Phoenix. That's why you can go and have your own YouTube live if you want, man. It'd be cool, right? You can go and come on live to your own YouTube thing, and then we could all come on and watch your YouTube, and you could educate us about these things, and you could share your opinions. That's fair. You can actually do that. You have the technology. Most of the gambling sites have gone to a token system where you buy tokens. I see. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. So on the gambling site, like the gambling site will have like their own cryptocurrency token, so to speak. And you'll go to their site and purchase that token with your fiat currency and purchase that token. And then that token is what you use to gamble on their site. Is that kind of what you mean? That makes sense. Isn't XRP over $1 now? Yeah, it is. A high propensity for fraud? You mean with XRP is a high propensity for fraud? That makes sense. Is it a utility coin? Yes. Buy gold? Yeah, absolutely. Physical gold is always a good thing to invest in, has been forever. God's money, they call it. But I have points. You're just repeating things you've heard. Well, then make some points, brother. I mean, instead of making your points, it seems like you're just sort of berating me or trying to make me feel bad for doing this live, which is kind of odd, right? Take your time to make some points then. I'm your voice. If you have points or a way to educate people, then put them in there and I'll say them out loud so the whole audience hears your great points. Don't you understand the way the show works, man? We're working together here. Let's see. Yeah, Phoenix, you could do your own live, man, if you have a way to educate people. That'd be awesome. Oh, you transfer over with Bitcoin and transfer to USDT, the website, make it easier when gambling. I see. Oh, that's why you wore the passive hat today. I always wear my passive hats. I got a bunch of these made. And you know, I'm about passive income. I'm only talking crypto, guys. And just so you know too, hey, Phoenix, guess what? A very small portion of my whole investment portfolio is in cryptocurrency at all. I'm just saying that the cryptocurrency that I do own, my largest holding is XRP. That's what I'm saying, right? You understand? But I'm not a huge cryptocurrency investor either. I just wanted to have conversation because I thought I could teach some basics to some people here that just want to have a conversation about it. But I knew that people like Phoenix would come on here and then be able to offer more value because I know I'm not the smartest person about cryptocurrency whatsoever. I don't claim to be, but I just do put my money where my mouth is. And I have my convictions, my opinions. Passively not working out today. Yeah, thanks, Dex. So funny. Oh, it's so funny. $1.36 or 63,000 for one coin. Are you comparing XRP to Bitcoin, I'm assuming? Fiat currency is tied to governments and policies that manipulate said currency. Each currency value is tied to fluidity of that currency and how widely it's traded. Exactly. Good point. Very good point. Where'd Phoenix go, man? I need Phoenix to make his good points so that we don't just sit here and talk about how terrible my live is or that my opinions are sucky or whatever. I get all that. I get all that. But maybe we can offer some value to the audience then, if you know more about it than me. But I just feel that most people don't even have any exposure to cryptocurrency, and most people don't even study it whatsoever. Most people have no clue what's happening with the banking system right now, although it is happening, right? So that's kind of why I wanted to do this show today, just to get people's minds maybe thinking about it. Maybe folks would study a little bit more and just try to figure it out on their own and get some convictions of their own. But I would just say if people don't invest into cryptocurrency at all over the next 5 or 10 years, my opinion is that we all miss one of the greatest wealth transfers in human history, in my opinion. What do you guys think? Do you agree or disagree that the digital banking system, everything going digital, may be one of the biggest wealth transfers in human history? One of the biggest wealth transfers in our lifetime, certainly. Oh, I see. Yeah, because of the tokens, it's not a direct exchange of money when you're on the gambling sites. That makes sense. That makes sense. And Dexter's dogging me because I'm not working out very hard this morning. I swear, guys, this was the first morning in a while where I said to my wife, I'm not doing it this morning. I'm not doing it this morning. I'm going to stay in bed. And I literally did stay in bed until last minute, and then I went, and I got up and I came down here. So it was one of these mornings where I did not feel like coming down and doing this today. So I'm glad that you guys inspired me to get up and do it. I'm just putting my camera in this thing so I can, let's see here. Hold on one second. But that's why I wanted to have the crypto talk today, is just, I wanted to understand what people's thought processes is. And if you guys are studying what's happening with the economy at all, if you guys are invested into any cryptocurrency at all, if you own any, does anybody own any Bitcoin? That's where the conversation kind of sparked. Let's see here. Come on. There you go. All right. Sorry, guys. I had to switch up my camera there. So I was just curious to see how many people are even into cryptocurrency at all. How many people know about it? Yeah, a lot of rug pulls going on, right? Mixed feelings about crypto. My best advice is do the research. Yeah, for sure. I already took Friday off, then the weekend. I busted my rear end this weekend, man. That's one of the reasons I didn't want to come down, Dex. I walked 36 holes of golf this weekend. And you know I have a horrible right knee, so it's thrashed. We're dragging you down. No, you guys ain't dragging me down at all. I try to have discipline, man. Hey, and you guys know, look, it's more discipline than I had 2 years ago. I'm not a fitness influencer. I'm not on here to show off my physical prowess by any means. I was just working out in the mornings, and I decided to work out in the mornings and talk with you guys on YouTube Live instead. Your message got restricted. I don't know why, Dex. I don't know what you had to put in there that got restricted, but let's take this down. There was a challenge online I saw that it was to do a 90-pound curl. Have you guys ever tried it before? Try it, I dare you. Like most of you men, they were saying to do a 90-pound curl is difficult for most men to do. And I tried it the other day, and I was like, damn, that shit's hard. It really is, especially cold, to just do a 90-pound curl. Let me see if I can do it. This is 90 pounds. Not that hard. Yeah, it's pretty hard. 90 pounds is a pretty tough curl to do. But somebody said online, they were saying if you could do a 90-pound curl like that, that most men can't do it. But it's pretty heavy. Yeah, to stay safe, there's already an established market for certain coins, and it's a matter of buying before we go digital. That's a really good take, right? So Jeeped Up is with me. It's like I think that there's going to be a couple of these things, coins, so to speak, that will be very important to the new financial system, to the new digital financial system. And I think that understanding to get in on these things prior to the explosion and the adoption phase happening is a smart thing. I think that's smart. Banks are primarily moving towards central bank digital currencies, which are digital forms of fiat money issued by central banks and tokenized to commercial banks. Exactly. Yes, Michael, well put. Not hard, I just picked my girl up. She's heavier than 90 pounds. Well, then you come over to my garage, Dex, one of these mornings, and when we're on this live, you could be standing right here in my garage with me, and I'm going to make you do that 90-pound curl. See what's up. I love my gold. Yep, gold's a good investment. These digital assets, including stablecoins, aim to modernize cross-border payments, enhance transaction speed, and provide 24/7 settlement. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, CBDCs, guys, central bank digital currencies, which is what we really don't want. It takes away sovereignty and it makes more control by governments. Wholesale and retail, right? Digital liabilities of a central bank, such as the digital euro or proposed digital dollar, designed for secure, real-time interbank settlement and potentially public use. Thank you for the good facts. Appreciate that. Those are some good facts. But these are the facts, guys. So as we can see, we are going digital. So that was the conversation today. I was just trying to figure out who is digital thus far? Who owns any cryptocurrencies? Who owns any Bitcoin? Are we putting something into, are we putting a system into play? Are we putting a system into play to begin investing into some cryptocurrencies so we don't miss one of the largest transfers of wealth in human history? Are we going to study it and not listen to dummies on YouTube or, dummies like me talk? Because according to Phoenix, I don't know anything. I'm just repeating stuff. So you don't want to ever listen to people like me to make your investment decisions. But are you going to study it? Are you going to study it a little bit? Are you going to figure it out? Or are you just going to not invest in cryptocurrency ever and miss one of the greatest wealth transfers in human history? That's the question, I guess, where I was going with all this. But what about XRP? So let's talk about that. Where would you recommend we go to get some facts? I would start to read up on, just read up on Bitcoin. First, read the white papers, understand what the hell Bitcoin really is. Map or lighthouse? What does it say here? Oh, ciao, homies. All right, Pancho. See you, buddy. So, Michael, question for you then. What do you think about XRP? So as Michael said, the digital currencies and CBDCs, right, are designed for secure real-time interbank settlement, money transfers, easy transfer speed, cross-border payments, these kinds of things. So that's why I'm heavily invested into XRP, is my largest holding. That's why I'm heavily invested into XRP, because I believe that is going to be a big part of the banking system as far as transferring money digitally. And do a warm-up set of this so I don't break my shoulder again. I had a shoulder injury pretty bad when I first started working out a while back. It was not good. I have to be really careful of it. So what do you think about XRP when it comes to the new banking system and its need in being necessary for this movement of value? Hello. Hey guys. Say hi. Say hi. Hi. What do you think about that, Michael? I'm curious. What do you think about XRP? You have a Bitcoin machine next to the ATM at your gas station. And the screen never needs to be cleaned of fingerprints. That's probably so true, though. XRP is a gamble. Everything's a gamble. Do you know that when I tell people about investing in mortgage notes, what I do full time? When I tell people about being a mortgage note investor, do you know that some people say that it's a scam or a gamble as well? So that could be said about just about everything. But I never got really heavily into Bitcoin either, Tetra. XRP is one I wouldn't throw all of my money in, but I would throw some of my money into it for sure. Well, there you go. Yeah, you never want to throw all of your money into any one thing ever anyways. I'd rather just get checks. What do you mean by that, Tetra? But what do you really think about XRP? Where's Phoenix when we need somebody on here to give actual points? Or Michael, I know you got some knowledge. What do you guys think about XRP and its importance in the digital banking system? Curious. Hey, Dexter, that's something to look up, right? Look up XRP right now. Look up XRP's importance to the new digital financial structure, interchangeability of funds. And you tell me if it seems good, like a good investment. Let's see. Oh, just had job checks, no bank cards. I got you. There's too many other side companies creating the same thing that XRP offers with transactions. I got you. That's a good point. And there's always competition. There's always got to be competition, right? If there weren't competition, it wouldn't be a very good marketplace. But are any of these other side companies that are doing something similar that XRP can do with transactions, are any of them federally sued and regulated from the SEC? Do they have hundreds of thousands of banking relationships already built around the whole world? Do they already have all of that momentum that XRP has or no? XRP is one of the more stable coins. Yeah, I guess you could say that, except for it's gone from 49 cents to $3.60 down to $1.50. So stable, I wouldn't say. With XRP, I would say extraordinarily volatile. Yes, an established market they have. It's the only cryptocurrency, including Bitcoin. XRP is the only cryptocurrency that has been sued by the federal government and come out on top, including Bitcoin. So that's an interesting point anyways. XRP is one of the most stable coins. It's just not a more stable coin. But does anybody have any good points to make on XRP here? Does anybody know about it? What's your take on it? I'm curious. There's got to be some sort of energy to transfer all this money, right? Someone said, yeah, I know. I kept calling you. Why'd you leave? You were on here and you told me that my show sucks. Yeah, there you go. You told me my show sucks and I'm not making good points. And I'm like, well, maybe you can make some good points, Phoenix. I wanted you on here, right? Let's go. No, I don't want you on my live. I'm going to be working out here, man. I got to use my little strap here so I don't bust my shoulder again. Let's put some more weights on here. But no, I wanted you on here, Phoenix, because I wanted to talk a little bit about XRP. And I wanted you on here because you have some great points to make, obviously. And you may not think I am making such good points. So let's talk about XRP a little bit. I'm glad you're back. Yeah, let's talk about XRP. Do you have any education for the audience on XRP? Why it may have a good intrinsic value to the market, why it may be around. Do you have any advice on or any points on the XRP, Ripple and XRP being the only federally regulated cryptocurrency that's been sued by the federal government and come out on top? The only one, including Bitcoin? These are just facts I'm stating. But do you have any points, good points or education points for people to help others understand? What? No, I'm not scared. I was hoping you were still on. Don't you get it, Phoenix? I'm trying to help here, Phoenix. We don't go back and forth like this. I'm trying to get help from you, brother. So I wanted you back on here. I didn't want you to go. I wanted you to, if you have any good points or real education about XRP for the audience, I wanted you to come on and help me to educate them. I'm being honest and truthful. I like it when people have education for folks. And if I'm not making good points, I want there to be good points made. So what do you think about XRP? I'm not talking now, Phoenix. Come on, man. What do you think about XRP? No, do your own live, brother. All right. Never mind, Phoenix. You can go, bro. Never mind, man. If you don't want to play along, you can go. I won't mention your name no more. I thought maybe you could put some cool stuff into the... Yeah, I know, bro. Do your own live so that you can give your full education and stuff like that. No, I'm not scared at all, Phoenix. I just wanted to see if you had any idea that you could put in the chat about XRP. What's your thoughts on XRP? That's my question. What are your thoughts on XRP? It's my largest holding. I put my money where my mouth is, and I'm heavily invested in XRP. What's your thought? My question for you. Given my opinion on XRP, do you think there's a potential up-and-coming coin that will take the market like Bitcoin? I mean, I don't know. I think that for quite some time now, Bitcoin will probably remain the dominant currency because, as you can see, most people don't even know about cryptocurrency at all. And when people get into cryptocurrency or know anything about it, usually the first thing they know about is Bitcoin. And of course, Bitcoin is popularized. And so people have to really study, take time to study and stuff like that on the side to understand things about other cryptocurrencies. Most people don't do that. XRP has built its reputation on fast and cheap transfers, but now that multiple networks can offer the same thing, its comparative edge isn't what it used to be. Understood. I know there's competition out there, guys, but I think XRP is a lot further along than any of these competitors. But what do we think? Oh, all right then. Well, never mind then. I thought we'd have some fun in the show today, but it's all good. Yeah, guys, if you really have like education and you really know a lot, you should probably go live on one of the social media networks, YouTube or TikTok or something like that. Because a lot of people need some motivation. A lot of people need some education these days. And a lot of people are going to social media for this. And if you have really good points to make and you have a lot of good education to offer people, you should put yourself out there, man. And you should offer people up your wisdom. I'll just stick to building credit and be my own bank. So Tetra, how are you being your own bank? Are you using a Dynasty Trust with life insurance to be your own bank? How are you being your own bank? Check out Blockchain Backer. What is Blockchain Backer, Nazario? Let me know what that is. Tetra, how are you becoming your own bank? Yeah. Hey, not saying it's a bad investment. It might be worth it if they win the race. I think they've already won the race. There's going to be small competitors out there, of course. You know, Uber's not the only way you can get a ride or any other app. Hell, now they have autonomous driving vehicles, right? Waymos, they drive without a person. So there's competition out there. XRP is tied more to the stability of the government. It's why it's been volatile more recently. Could be. It's a good point, Michael. LOL, money in the duffel bags and keep it hidden. That's not the greatest play, Tetra. We need to talk about putting your money to work. Let's see, XRP, crypto, TA. This dude's so disingenuous. All right, Phoenix, great, dude. I told you could leave now, Phoenix, if you don't have anything positive to contribute. It's all good, dude. You don't need to be here and waste your time if I'm a horrible live presenter. Let's see. Oh, I see. Yeah, I dealt with banks too long. Yeah, good job, Tetra. Yeah. Well, I invest in mortgage contracts, Tetra, so that's where my expertise lies. I know we're talking about cryptocurrency today, so I just wanted to get cryptocurrency convo going. I'm not a crypto expert or a crypto coach or anything like that. He helps with my algorithm. Well, probably one of the best participants in my chat today, so credit where credit is due. Do you set goals when you invest? Yeah, it's good to have some sort of a system, guys. Like 30% ROI? No, I don't get 30% ROI on my investments. Is that what you're talking about? I buy mortgage contracts. The reason is because you have collateral which is a big key. You have collateral, it's not volatile, it's contractual. I get double-digit yields, and I have potential upside. So that's what I plan to hold. I would certainly have sell points. Yeah, Jeep. I set sell, invest in mortgage contracts. Certain sell points, right? There's a certain time when you've got to take some profits and de-risk the capital into other things. I use, our family, we use life insurance for family banking, and I buy mortgage contracts that are contractual, collateralized, and produce monthly cash flow. So that's kind of how we roll. And we're doing some other stuff. I mean, I'm building a 32-unit apartment in Palm Bay, Florida right now. We're building a 48-unit apartment building just after we're foundation ready on a 48. So I'm involved in a bunch of different things, but the apartment developments is a whole different beast. Buying mortgage contracts is very secure. It's very passive. It's, the real estate game, but without physical real estate headaches like landlording headaches. So the real estate paper is where it's at. But yeah. I mean, Tetra, I appreciate that. We are living good. We're blessed. God's blessing me. I appreciate all my blessings in life and where we're headed. That's for sure. We've got some great things going, and I thank God every day for the blessings that we've gotten, the momentum we've got in our family and our investment business. What mortgage contracts do you invest in? So Prime, I buy people's mortgages, man, straight up. So in the Midwest and Southeast, I buy mortgage contracts. It means that instead of buying the property, I buy the underlying mortgage debt. So there's going to be a lot of people teaching online about teaching you guys how to do wholesaling and teaching you guys how to do syndication and teaching you guys how to do the Burr method and teaching you guys how to do the Gator method and all these other methods, right? Which are traditional real estate related. And along with traditional real estate, we have a lot of liability, ownership liability, and we got to chase tenants and chase rents and do repairs and all this other garbage when we have the ownership of the property. So we buy the mortgage. I buy the underlying debt. So I take over where I step into the bank's shoes. So I collect people's mortgage payments every month rather than collect rent payments from renters. I collect mortgage payments every month from homeowners. So, yep, got that. I don't know anything about anything in crypto. That's all right, Christian. Study a little bit. I'm interested in taking passive cash flow to fund my IBC policy to invest in more of what I know and understand and be your own bank. Yeah, absolutely. Got it. You guys are late.
A little bit.
All right. Start studying a little bit. Start studying Christian a little bit. Study about crypto. Study about the banking system right now. Everything's changing for sure. Oh, that's funny. I just got a message on my phone. My handicap went down to 6.1 in golf. I just got a message from the handicap system. It's because I played good this weekend, so my handicap went down a little bit. Yeah, Christian, you should study a little bit about it. So, if we're talking about, Christian's talking about using his infinite banking concept policy. And IBC is the infinite banking concept. No, Prime, you don't have to be licensed. Some states you do, but like in Georgia, you have to have a license. In some states, you have to have a license, but in most states, you don't to buy mortgages. You buy mortgages in the secondary mortgage market, just like you can buy stocks in the stock market. Watch, go to PaperStack. I always do this, right, when we start talking about this, but go to paperstack.com, PaperStack, S-T-A-C, P-A-P-E-R-S-T-A-C.com, PaperStack. My boys over there. Shout out to Brett Berkey and the team over there. They own that company, and you could go onto paperstack.com and you can buy notes, right? So it's kind of like the Craigslist of mortgage note investing. Really is PaperStack almost. I want to say it that way. So people go there to post their mortgage notes for sale when people are selling notes for cash, and you can buy them right there on the website. So yeah, there's not really an MLS for mortgage paper, right? It's kind of a tighter niche industry, but yeah, when we buy mortgages, guys, we don't have to deal with the landlord headaches, but we still collect cash flow monthly from real estate without having to deal with the landlord headaches. So it's a cool business to be in. And as we said, passive cash flow is what sets us free financially. If you have enough passive cash flow, you can retire, right? If you have enough passive cash flow coming in, you can dollar cost average that passive cash flow into higher risk investments like cryptocurrencies. And you can also fund things like life insurance policies on a regular basis And through the life insurance and your family trust, you can create the infinite banking concept and really become your own bank. So that's what I meant earlier by whoever said, oh, I store my cash in a duffel bag. Well, storing your cash in a duffel bag is not the right option, because storing cash in a duffel bag means that that cash is losing value every year that goes by, loses spending power, invisible theft of your capital. But if you put it to work, and maybe if you have your money working in a few different places, maybe cryptocurrency being one of them, then you start to build wealth. But you guys know that, like, I always laugh at, with the stocks and with the cryptocurrency portfolios, we're always looking in the mornings maybe, or whenever you look, but people look at the charts, right? You look at the charts and you either see it's going up and it's green and everybody gets happy and elated, or it's going down and it's red and everybody gets frustrated and sad. A lot of times, though, none of those investments are spitting off any cash flow. We can talk dividend stocks and things like that. A lot of times they're not spitting out cash flow. So it's either up and you're happy, down or you're sad, and you're waiting, like we said earlier, setting sell markers and purchase markers and things like that. So you're, stacking your bag and all those things. Meanwhile, what is helping you live your lifestyle? Meanwhile, what is helping you, quit your job? Stop working your 9 to 5. What if it's not producing cash flow? Then it doesn't really create freedom. It may create future wealth by speculation and hope of the increase in value of that asset, but it doesn't produce monthly cash flow. Let's see. Bullish on Ethereum and Solana. Okay, there you go. That's good. Michael said bullish on Ethereum and Solana because it backs most of the decentralized coins. A ton of decentralized coins are traded on the Ethereum block. Solana's been used more for dark web transactions. Interesting. Good points. You got to get a set in, brother. I know. Yeah, 10K, guys. 10K is definitely not going to buy you a great mortgage. But in 10K, you can get into the tax lien game. For a smaller amount of money, guys, tax liens are pretty cool investment. You guys know that you can pay someone's back taxes, and then there's a pretty high interest you're earning on the money for the short amount of time. And then you have a chance that someone doesn't redeem their back taxes, and then you take over their property. So that's another play. Usually the mortgage notes we buy are $70,000 plus these days. 70,000 plus. But one of the things that I teach people how to do is learn how to leverage other people's money to be able to build a big portfolio. You're not going to build a big portfolio of real estate assets, guys. You're not going to build a big portfolio of mortgage notes or real estate assets based on your own money. It's definitely not going to happen. Unless you got $2 or $3 million. If you got $2 or $3 million, different story. But most people don't have $2 or $3 million sitting around. XRP has the largest investment for major banks, so its volatility is strongly tied to current events, governments, and policies. That could be a good point. But when it starts to separate itself from those things based on its utility, that could be a big game changer, I think. And you're right, I do need to get a set in. So we'll get a set in. These benches have been so difficult because I tore my labrum. I tore my shoulder like a year ago. Right here doing bench press is a little too heavy. And I tore my shoulder up real good. I thought I was going to have surgery. So I've just been trying to work my way into doing some more bench presses and getting that shoulder and pecs strengthened up a little bit, because I don't want to have a shoulder injury. I play too much golf to deal with a shoulder injury. And injuries suck, yeah. So good combo anyways, guys. What I've done is I've dollar cost averaged in with cash flow. So let's talk about that theory, okay? If I buy, well, let's put it this way. Let me give you guys a scenario. What if I leverage $70,000 of OPM? I go and buy a note. The note that I buy is producing, let me see, say $750 a month payment. So I buy a mortgage for $70,000 using other people's money. It produces a $750 a month payment, cash flow. And I'm only paying to my private lender $550 a month for the borrowed monies. Okay? So if I borrow $70,000 of OPM and I go buy a note, the note produces $750 a month cash flow, and I owe my private lender $550 a month of cash flow. That's $200 per month of passive cash flow for me. I have $0 invested into it, just expertise. So $200 a month. I know, oh, big deal, $200 a month. Yeah, but you put a bunch of those deals together and now you have financial freedom. And it's with none of your own money. Now, my theory has been now for some time is investing into these mortgage contracts or mortgage notes and then using that passive monthly cash flow from that investment to build up my cryptocurrency bags. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So when we talk about crypto being volatile and we talk about crypto, we talk about crypto being very volatile. And for the folks in there saying, oh, crypto's going to go to zero, the rug pull and all this other stuff, which I certainly do not believe, because some of the biggest institutions in the world wouldn't be investing into it to control it if it was going nowhere. So I call it house money. Have you guys ever been to a casino, been gambling, gone to play like blackjack or whatever at the casino, and you bring in a couple $100, knowing you're going to put that money at risk because you're gambling at the casino, and you bring in the couple $100 and you sit down at the table and boom, 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 you get a couple good hands or whatever it may be, and all of a sudden you've doubled your money. You walked into the casino with $300. Now you took $300 up to $600, just like that. Well, if you take your original $300 principal that you brought into the casino and you put it away, right? Put it away. Don't touch it. You now have $300 to gamble with, which is called house money. That's the casino's money that you've already won from the casino. So you put your principal away and you take that $300 that you have of winnings and then you have fun with that. Now, if you lose that house money, are you pissed off or no? Yes or no? If you lose the house money, are you pissed off or did you have fun? It's only when you lose your hard-earned money that it becomes frustrating. So in imagining that I invest into highly volatile and speculative investments, like my crypto portfolio, I invest into my cryptocurrency portfolio with winnings that I'm getting from other assets that are already protecting my principal. Does that make sense, you guys? Hope that makes sense. So yeah, there's a system to it. So yeah, if XRP went down to zero, I would be pissed. I would be frustrated because it would suck all the work I've put in time. But no, would I be mad because I lost house money? No, not really. All the while, my real money is invested into an asset that even if XRP goes down to zero, my asset over here still exists that's spitting me off cash flow and producing financial freedom for myself and my family. So there is a system to it. We are going to switch it up here, y'all. But as we've heard, I'm knocking everything over here. As we've heard, it is the education piece, and it is starting to study this stuff that can be the difference maker. For sure. So go out there and study a little bit about Bitcoin. Go out there and study a little bit about XRP and kind of educate yourself on what these things are. Because as people invested into Microsoft, when Microsoft was a young company, they did pretty good. As people invested into Amazon.com, when Amazon was an early company, they did pretty good. So we have to assume that with the .com era, there was a bubble and there was a lot of speculation and risk, but there was a lot of winning. And it was a big wealth transfer, wasn't it? People that invested early on in .coms got extraordinarily wealthy. They were smart. They were ahead of the game. And they did it right. And people that are now going to be invested into the AI that's going to rule the world here coming up. People that invest into the AI are going to do really well. But you guys understand, just like in the .com era, there's a lot of people that are going to get wiped out, wiped clean. Because for as many .com companies that really survived and did well, there was 100 of them that failed. And so just like in the cryptocurrency market, for some of these cryptocurrencies that are going to just kill it and be a part of the new financial system for the next 100 years and help run the world, for every cryptocurrency that's going to be important to the new financial system, there's going to be 100 or more that completely fail. Bullish on Intel. I would definitely advise investing into Intel. That's interesting. Why would you say that, Michael? What do you got cooking with Intel right now? Spill the beans. Spill the beans. Yeah, spill the beans, Michael. Why are you bullish on Intel? I'm curious. Spill the beans. Oh. This is like, guys, this is like the smallest pulley machine you can get. I tried to get like the smallest one that I could find. But it's cool if you guys want to do like a little home gym at your house or your garage or whatever. It doesn't take up a lot of space. Look, this is how big it is. And you got your pull-up bar here if you want to do some pull-ups and all that stuff. But it's from Makolo. It's kind of cool. Tiny, small space and you can get a lot done. But let's talk about that. What do you guys think? Oh, thanks, Tetra. Yeah, it works. I mean, it works. It's just a little, enough for me, guys. Again, not trying to compete with fitness influencers, guys. I got a lot of work to do with this physique. I have been working on it for like 2 years now, and I had a big beer belly. My muscles were completely gone. I looked like an old 50-year-old, 45-year-old dad for sure, and I just got sick of it. So I built this little garage gym and just tried to get it in, you know what I'm saying, as much as I can. Here, let me stop this thing real quick. Does that work? Should stop. Let me see. Yeah, there you go. Nope. Let's just stop it like this. There you go. All right. So, yeah, just trying to get in the best shape ever. So one of the motivations that I have for people is no matter what age you are, no matter where you're starting from as far as where your health is right now or your fitness level or whatever age you're at, wherever you're starting from, my motivation is just to try to get in your best shape you can possibly be in. For yourself, okay? For yourself, for your family, for your energy. Try to get in the best shape you can be in. Don't compare yourself to other people because there's always someone more wealthy. There's always someone buffer, more stronger than you with a better physique. There's always someone better in every category. So don't compare yourself to others. Just try and do your best. Get in your best shape ever you can be in for your age where you're starting from. Get your body in motion each day. Whether it's cardio, whether it's lifting weights, all of these things, guys, make it fun. Try to make it enjoyable. I enjoy talking with people on these lives. I enjoy helping people to motivate themselves, educate themselves. And I also like when people come on here with great points because I like to learn from my audience as well. So that's why I do this, guys. I don't do this for myself, really. I do it for the people. And if I can motivate you to get in the best shape ever of your life, don't compare yourself to other people. Get in the best shape you can be in, physically and financially. So, of course, subscribe, hit the little notification bell, and I'm going to come live Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 8 a.m. Pacific time. We're going to talk physical fitness and financial fitness. We'll talk cash flow. We'll talk real estate. We'll talk mortgage contracts. And we'll talk getting in our best shape we can possibly be in, no matter what age, no matter where you're starting from. So I appreciate you guys. It was fun banter back and forth about crypto today, but hopefully the idea was to open some minds, and just have people understanding that the economic system, the banking system is going digital. So we know that. Then we know that just like the dot-com era, there's going to be certain companies, certain cryptocurrencies, and certain things that will be very important to the new banking system and will be in place for the next 100 years running our financial infrastructure of the world. And so maybe do some studying and find out maybe what those are. Have your conviction about them because you've done your own studies. Don't listen to people like me or anybody else to tell you what to invest in. Go out there and know why you're investing in something and have conviction about it. your own convictions. And so yeah, go study, guys. And if you guys want to study mortgage note investing, that's what I do. So of course we have Note Investor University. It's down in the chat. I have a community. We all get together every Thursday, a mastermind call with a bunch of people just trying to build passive cash flow, build financial freedom, and do it the easy way. So my community's down there in the comments. It's noteinvestoruniversity.com. And I host a free webinar too on mortgage note contract investing. I host a free webinar on Thursdays. And I think that link might be down there as well. If not, I'll put it back in the next couple of days and you might join me on that. But it's all about just continuing forward and doing our best, guys. And so if we want to get more physically fit or more financially fit, come join me on my lives Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 8 a.m. Pacific time right here from my little dungeon garage gym, and we'll chop it up. But I appreciate all your support today, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Let's get your day off started wonderful. Let's get the week started off wonderful with some momentum, and hopefully you guys can achieve some goals this week, all right? See you tomorrow. Ciao.